Next video is kind of a different one. Curiously minty cyber deck. No idea what that means. It just looks cool. This is the channel exercising ingenuity.
Have you ever finished a tin of Altoids and thought, that's a nice looking tin?
Hell yeah, dude. I love me a good tin. Bro, anything with a nice size, like a TV remote. Oh my God, that might be the best one. I guess the same for like game controllers and stuff, but they're all the same. Like TVs all have their own unique controller and some of them just like feel nice.
Many people have. Over the years, Altoid tins have been repurposed for a wide range of things, from sewing kits and survival kits to handheld gaming systems and audio amps. But have you ever looked at a tin of Altoids and thought, that looks like a tiny computer? It is common in the cyberdeck community to use robust containers like Pelican cases and ammo boxes to make cool looking cyberdecks. Altoid tins tick a lot of boxes here.
What is a cyber deck? A portable computer designed with a DIY cyberpunk aesthetic, personalized hacking stations, coding terminal, or portable creative hubs. What do you do with that? What could you do with a cyber deck?
So I wanted to take an Altoids tin and make it into a fully fledged cyber deck with a mechanical keyboard.
A mechanical keyboard? How would you even do that? I just want to see what he does with this thing.
Display, and some external inputs and outputs. But I had to figure out how to fit all of that inside an Altoids tin.
Can we kind of get to where it was
done? For the
done?
CPU, I would use a Raspberry Pi Zero. I bought these used a few years ago, so the first thing I did was make sure they work.
I don't know what he's doing right now. That looks like you're making a bomb or something, dude. I don't know technology like that at all.
I also had this old 2-inch LCD that I didn't use for another project. Getting the LCD to work took a little bit longer than expected, as it uses an SPI interface and I had to use a legacy version of the Raspberry Pi OS, as well as make some changes to the Raspberry Pi config.
Bro, to get the screen to turn on, I would have already given up.
I wanted my cyberdeck to be self-powered, so I ordered a UPS hat for the 0W and got that working.
Bro, we might have to skip to I don't understand a word of what he's saying right now. Not a word.
By connecting each row and each column to an input on the microcontroller, you can easily distinguish when a particular button is pressed. This means that you can use many more buttons than your controller has inputs. Building the Pocket Type was the perfect segue for thinking about how to build an even smaller keyboard.
Bro, how do people do shit like this? That's so cool, dude. I don't know anything like that. Like, I wouldn't even... He's saying words I've never even thought of.
Because at the end of the day, this keyboard was going to have to be pretty tiny to fit inside the Altoids tin.
Oh, how?
So I soldered together a little test PCB with 4 buttons and a simple diode matrix. I bought an RP2040 to use as the microcontroller, and I decided to use KMK for the keyboard firmware. KMK is a beginner-friendly firmware powered by Python, which makes it simple to program the diode matrix. Then it was time to build something sized perfectly for the Altoids tin. I built the entire thing on a cheap protoboard. Maybe next time I'll have to teach myself PCB design.
Dude, this guy's smart, dude. You just already know, man. Holy.
And check that it worked. The exact key map I will include on my GitHub or on hackaday.io.
Bro, I feel like I could see him just like explaining in like a super simple, like easy to understand way. He's like, yeah, and that's how I routed all the money to my Chase account. I just added it in and that's what happened. Like, it's just so matter of fact.
Even though I now had a nice little keyboard, it was still going to be a real trick getting it all to fit inside the Altoids container. To make things a little bit easier, I purchased a smaller battery. This gave just a little bit extra room. I also slimmed things down by removing some of the components and soldering the UPS board and the display connector directly.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I can Google things, right? And I can, like, if someone is like, oh, where did the blank come from in 19 blah blah blah, I'll be able to figure that out, right, through Google. But this stuff, like, how do you know what you can take off and not take off? How are you? That's such a vast, like, amount of knowledge that he just has.
To the Raspberry Pi. However, there were even more features I wanted to add, like a 15-pin breakout for some of the Raspberry Pi's GPIO pins, and a USB hub so I could connect both the keyboard and have an external USB port.
I don't know a single thing of what he just said. I have no idea, but that's so cool. Like, I can see what he did. All of that to put in a USB port, bro. God damn. I mean, it's kind of cool that he wrote out every letter. It looks a little janky, but it has character.
On the side of the tin, I engraved labels for the GPIO pins, as well as labels for the charging port and the USB port. I had a little bit of paint left over from my Tommy B build, so I painted the faceplate beige, like a vintage desktop. After
I love the music.
I extended the hinges, it meant the tin no longer stayed closed. So I bent the lip of the tin just a little bit, which provided enough friction for the tin to snap shut. With that, the cyber deck was done.
Yeah, but what can you possibly do with that? That's not like typing like hello or like my name is Joey. Like, I don't know what I would do with this thing.
It looked perfect. And with the GPIO breakout, it should be able to be used for some light prototyping and maybe some other fun little projects.
What? You're gonna code on that thing? There's no, bro, you'd be squinting the whole time.
Here, I used the Pi GPIO command line tool to move a servo, which was kind of fun.
That's too complicated for me, man. That's just a whole level of...
I really enjoyed getting to make this teeny tiny cyber deck inside an Altoid container. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I just wanted to thank everyone who subscribed to the channel so
Wow. Dude, I want to watch more of his videos. I'm subbing.